Pearson, DriveRight, 11th edition, Chapter 9, Lesson 9.2, Tires and Traction. How do you control your vehicle? Certainly the steering wheel, accelerator, and the brake pedal are important, but you may be surprised to learn that your tires are a key part of your control system. The way your tires interact with the surface of the road is essential to driving. Friction and traction. The force that keeps a tire from sliding on the road is friction. Friction is the force that acts between materials as they move past each other. Friction is caused by tiny irregularities on the surface of the objects that are touching. You can feel the force of friction by rubbing your hands together. Friction makes your hands get warmer. When tires roll over the surface of the road, they create a form of friction called traction. Traction makes it possible for your vehicle to grip the road so you can control speed and direction. Press the accelerator and the tires on the drive wheels rotate. The traction of the tires on the roadway pushes your vehicle forward. Squeeze the brake pedal, and the friction of the linings against the brakes slows the four wheels. As the tires on the wheels slow, traction between the tires and the road will slow your vehicle. Traction also enables your vehicle to turn left or right when the front wheels turn. Tire tread and traction. The place where a tire touches the road is called a footprint. Figure 3 shows each tire's footprint. Footprints are small. Each is about the size of an adult hand. These footprints are all you have for traction on the surface of the road. The groove surface of a tire is called tread. Tread provides the traction for starting, stopping, and gripping the road. The gripping action is critically important in preventing skids and hydroplaning. When the road is wet, water flows through the grooves in the tread and away from the tire, allowing the tire to grip the road. A tire's ability to grip the road increases as the amount of tread touching the road increases. Tire size also affects the amount of tread and traction on the road. Use care when putting larger tires on the vehicle because they alter the performance characteristics of the vehicle. Check the owner's manual for your vehicle for your maximum recommended size of tire. Inflation and traction. Properly inflated tires can mean the difference between keeping or losing control. Figure 4 shows how too much or too little pressure can change the amount of tread on the road. A properly inflated tire will grip the road better than an underinflated or overinflated tire. Underinflation. When you drive or on an uninflated tire or underinflated tire, only the tire's outer edges provide traction. The outside edges will wear out first, shortening the life of the tire. In an emergency, the underinflated tire will not perform properly. It will accept less stress before losing its grip on the pavement. An underinflated tire is likely to heat up and fail more quickly than a properly inflated tire. Overinflation. If a tire has too much pressure, only the center of the tread will grip the road. The footprint will be smaller, so the tire will have less traction. Over time, the overinflated tire will wear out its center tread more quickly than a properly inflated tire. Temperature. Weather can change the pressure in your tires. If the air gets colder, tire pressure will drop. Your tires may become underinflated in cold weather. Hot temperatures will increase pressure and may cause overinflation. Check your tires' pressure on a regular basis to make sure they have the right amount of air. To assure an accurate reading, check tire pressure when your tires are cold before you start driving. Using traction. When you drive, you use traction to accelerate, brake, and steer. Even under ideal conditions, your tires provide a limited amount of traction. If you release the accelerator and brake hard, braking may consume most of your traction, while acceleration may consume little. In an emergency situation, all your traction might be consumed by hard braking and steering, leaving no reserve traction. If the steering and braking requirement of traction exceed the amount available, the vehicle will skid and you may lose control. Always try to regain traction by adjusting your braking and steering force. Here is an example of changing traction forces. You enter a curve at 55 miles per hour. As you reach the middle of the curve, you realize you are going too fast, so you quickly brake and turn the wheel sharply into the curve. Braking and steering require far more traction than is available. In this situation, you would lose control of your vehicle. How could you have managed your traction to remain in control? By using IPDE and searching at least 12 to 15 seconds ahead, you could have identified the curve and reduced your speed before entering the curve. At a slower speed, the hard braking and steering would have been unnecessary and the traction capability would have been sufficient to maintain control. Many vehicles today have four-wheel or all-wheel drive. That means all four wheels have pulling power. Traction control devices are available on most new vehicles and will be covered in more detail in Chapter 17. Ensuring good traction. 3 things are required to achieve ideal levels of traction. First, your vehicle must be in good condition. Second, the road surface must be smooth and clear. Finally, your actions must maximize traction. Vehicle condition. A new vehicle is easy to control, but as the vehicle ages, you need to work hard to maintain it properly. If you allow tires, shocks, absorbers, or parts of the steering system to wear, traction and control will be reduced. Tires are your lifetime note to traction, so it is important to keep them in good condition. Check their pressure and inspect their tread regularly. Replace older tires before they are worn out. A worn bald tire is dangerous and will not grip a wet or icy road. Because it has no tread, the tire can easily be punctured. If this happens, the tire could suffer a blowout when all of the air escapes at once. Good shock absorbers or shocks are essential for maintaining traction. Worn shock absorbers will cause your tires to bounce on a rough road, leaving you with less traction. Replace worn shock absorbers to maximize control. Road condition. When you drive on a dry, flat road with good tires, your traction is excellent, but your traction will be reduced when that same road is covered with rain or snow. Your traction is also reduced when you drive on gravel roads or roads covered with sand, leaves, or oil. Icy weather can be specifically dangerous for driving. Ice can reduce traction so much so that you may lose steering, braking, or acceleration control. Be alert that water will freeze in shaded areas and on bridges before it does on regular roads. When you see the road condition is about to change, reduce your speed before you reach the area of reduced traction. To check how much traction you have, brake gently to see how your vehicle responds. If your vehicle does not slow or if your anti-lock brakes start to work, reduce your speed even more. Driver action. Your actions affect your ability to manage traction. Quick turns and excessive speeds, especially in a turn, can consume a great deal of traction. So can hard braking in a curve or on a slippery surface. Maximize your traction by steering, accelerating, and braking gently and smoothly. Lesson 3 will give you more information about how to maintain control of your vehicle.